Hey, welcome to FailCraft Cast. I'm Hammy, hope you're all well and good, and we are taking a quick look at, in our New Player Monday sort of deck intro and learning together series, a Miracle Gazlowe Mirage kind of priest by none other than Reynad himself. So this is a fun little deck. If we take a look at the various cards we've got kicking around, I'm just going to, of course, bust it open. That'd be good so I can actually show what's going on. And this deck is very simply described by Reynad as kill stuff, draw cards, play Shade, put pants on it. So if we break that down a little bit, it's keep the table under control, draw all the stuff you need, get Shade of Naxxramas on the table, buff it to obscene amounts, and then swing for victory. So how do we control? Smites do damage, you know, fire, that's for our combo, we'll come back to it. Mind Vision to give you cards in the early game to put pressure on your opponent, Powered Shields for buffing your shades, Clerics for drawing cards, Divine Spirit for buffing your shade, Shadowward Pain removal, Pyromancer also table removal, Shadowward Deaths again table removal, Velen's Chosen is for your shades, Big Game Hunter again removal and table control, 2 shades, your big cards that you want to be buffering and wombo comboing as it's somehow known. Then Holy Novas, table control, Gadgets and Auctioneers for drawing more cards and to throw down your little spells after the Gadgets and for drawing all the cards if you can. Sylvanas will give you Tempo Swing. You can swing in and hopefully steal your opponent's cards or punch through. And then we have the Black Knight, Faux Reaper. Now these replaced Vol'jin and Gazlowe. Vol'jin of course swaps health with another minion. You can use that to get rid of big minions that your opponent has and then create a big tanky Vol'jin. Say Vol'jin takes 8 health off a giant, then Vol'jin will be 6 attack and 8 health. And of course he costs just 5 mana. So Vol'jin, a nice card to have. Instead I've gone for a Black Knight for tank busting, and the Faux Reaper replaces Gazlowe. Gazlowe, whenever you cast a 1 mana spell at a random mech to your hand, you can see if we get Sylvanas, or if we either get Gadgets and or Gazlowe down and start throwing 1 mana spells around, we either get a handful of minions, mech minions with Gazlowe, or we get a handful of more cards with the Gadgets and Auctioneers. So, Faux Reaper is more just a finisher. Let us then play this and explore as we always do. I'm going to go for a couple of casual games because I've never played this deck before. Only ranked 12 at the moment, so to be honest it doesn't matter too much, but I want to explore this deck a little bit. So let's take a look at it together in a quick game or two. And I like the look of this deck. If you're a newish player, it does have a couple of legendaries in of course, but you can swap those for some other things for a big number of cards that are basic, that can be earned as well of course, not too many rare and expensive ones. Let's see how we go. A nice simple concept, a nice simple core.
The light shall bring victory.
Reynad very nicely described. So what do we want? We want to mulligan for all of our... Don't really need enough fire at this point. I don't mind a Mind Vision. I'm happy with the Velen's Chosen. I'm mulliganing for my early game control. I would like to see Smites. I would like to see Clerics, Shields, all of those kind of jazz. And we've got a few bits there that we can use. Shadowward Pains as well. Be very nice control indeed. There's a coin. Velen's Chosen of course would be lovely to throw on top of our Shade. If we can get a Shade turn 2 and stop comboing it up, it'll be nasty. Gazlowe. And remember of course we're playing, let's go for a Mind Vision. Oh, Shielded Minibot. Excellent. Well, we know exactly what our opponent's going to be playing and we also know exactly what we're going to be playing. And hey, a 4 attack 6 health Shielded Minibot on turn 3 is nothing to be messed with. So we're quite able to do some thrifting with that. Very nice indeed. There goes a Shielded. Should be no surprise to them that we're opening up with a Shielded. They were going to trade shields for shields, and if I only had a Shadowward Pain, because Shadowward Pain would very nicely punch through that card. For Justice, very nice. My opponent more up, going for Face. I like that very much indeed. But remember that all my opponent's minions are going to be that much more nasty from now on. Now, can I coin into anything of significance? Velen's Chosen. I'm actually, given that I don't have my cards that I would really like, I'm actually going to do this now. I'm going to punch through that. Let's remove the bubbles. Off of the trade. Turn. Coming into the turns, I can coin into a Sylve, I can coin into a Gadgets and I'll save my coin. Down goes the second Shielded Minibot. Only frustration, because that's going to be a 3-3. There is a reinforce, that's going to be a 2-2, and suddenly my opponent's swarming. Good job that I have Nova kicking around, which I'm going to very much enjoy throwing down next turn for 3 damage. So here's the joys of a 3 damage Holy Nova. Yes, shame that I cannot have that. I'm not sure. Cleric on the table. I'm going to do that. Remember, of course, we've given this spell damage +1 as well. Velen's chosen an absolutely crazy buff. Madness with Goblins versus Gnomes. Madness, I tell you. And we've got a 5-4, of course, in that part of the trader. We've got a straight up trade we can go for there. I cannot be throwing any of these down just yet, so I don't mind that too much. The Shadow of Pain should hopefully remove whatever's resulting. Yep, that's fine. I'm happy to do that. Shadow of Pain. And note, because that was summoned, it also triggered the Sword of Justice, which I'm quite happy about indeed. I'm going to throw those down, offer some trades. I can heal and draw cards. Gadget Zone can go down next turn. Sylvanas if there's any big threats on the table, and we've got the big game Hunter also in hand. So quite happy to take a look at that. We've not managed to get our big chunky Shades of Naxxramas out early in the game. That would have been nice. However, 3-4, and there's a weapon. Out comes another Sword of Justice. Paladin showing Sword of Justice, mean, pushing, swarming, pressuring, nastiness. Finally we get the Shade. But by this stage, whenever you cast a spell, draw a card, we have no spells. Oh, so we could drop a shade, pop a shade. That's going to get traded away. This will probably get traded away next turn. Going to remove my ability to draw some cards.
Must consider.
Can I punch this away? No, I cannot. Can I trade anything and heal and draw cards? Can I throw down spells to make the most of payments? No, I can't do that. Very awkward indeed. So given all of that, I think that throwing down a Sylvanas, could just trade that off the table. I'm going to go to the face and see what he does next. Can't quite, because of that nasty Sword of Justice, remove this Harvest Golem as fast as I would like to. In comes a Mech Yeti when I see a Mech Paladin with added nastiness. Then there's a Micro Machine and more added nastiness, whereas my Holy Nova when I need it so. And we'll see a straightforward trade there. Okay. Allow me to trade and remove this. Right, the Black Knight will destroy minions with taunts. Alas, I have no taunting minions to remove. Now I could just steal something.
Let none survive.
I think that is the correct thing to do. Oh, I could just trade and then heal. Put it up to 4. There's something else that's going to get removed from the table. We'll continue with the threats. Black Knight could remove a taunt, but there's none going down. I'm going to get the Shade down. I'll punch this out of the way because that of course is going to be more nasty. Let's heal that up. Let's then punch, I think, this away. I'll take that down. And what that means, oh, that does become a 3-2 though, I did forget about that. It means that my opponent could tweak this out the way using heroes and things, but I'll see if I play it. Jeeves means my opponent's going to be drawing a couple cards. It becomes a 2-4. Yes, indeed. No, then finally becomes a 2-3. And you are newish or whatever kind of player, this is the power of Sword of Justice. How frustrating can it be? A recharged hand. The game is on. Black Knight is going to come to my salvation. Shadow of Death can also remove. Then goes the Black Knight, so straight up removal, go through the bubble and everything else. A tragic not Black Death, Shadow Word Death in there. I can then start actually trading more cards. Jeeves will stop my opponent recharging the hand, but that's not the biggest damage that I'm really concerned about. Can punch that in there. I'm going to keep trading these away, slowly. Maybe shooting Jeeves. I'm thinking for the additional 1 attack difference that prevents the card draw, but the more I can trade, there's still a chance of me robbing this. If I trade that, trade this, and then throw that in, I steal it as well. So.
Reinforcements
requested. Maybe summon a mech, gain a divine shield. And there's a mech, so my opponent gets a divine shield on Combat Guardian. I actually played there. Punching into the face, I can just Shadow of Death away this card now. Mind vision. Gadgets on auctioneer into mind vision. Well, we need to control
Error
the
37.
table. Sadly, can't quite punch that off the table either. Double G's. We're both going to be drawing cards until the cows come home, but my opponent's now in a rush situation. So can I remove enough of this stuff? Thinking probably not. Going to mind vision, because I'm not going to gadgets out at this point. Consecrate. Now we can play. That's going to remove 1. I can then trade 2. I can punch in for the 3. That will give us about the position I think we need. Smash. Not going to let me recharge my hand, of course. Then I can take that. However, the 5 punch is not going to let me rob anything. But I'll just remove this.
I'm invincible.
And do I then just
Let none survive.
nice position. 2 big minions on the table. Still got my Shade of Naxxramas in play. Consecrate. Oh, of course I've got that consecrate. Removes everything. Well, I should have thought of my mind visioning there. I can still emergency coolant. Comes a Seal of Light. Restore 4. Get 2. I'm a priest and I'm not healing up. That's a little bit dangerous. I've got rid of those 2 pesky things. Oh, here we go. Right.
I got the best deals.
Here comes the silence. I can slowly heal up. Maybe we'll finally get that second Shade of Naxxramas out. Who knows?
Put your faith in the light. Reporting for duty.
Okie dokie. Tyrion comes in, that's not so nice. A silence will nicely deal with Tyrion, so I'm going to go straight up with Tyrion of House Lannister. Take that, Tyrion. I think he's worth freezing for the time being. We can't deal with him just as we'd like. Of course, freeze. Let's just draw a card. That's beautiful. Down goes the Shade of Naxxramas. Still pressure on. Down comes the Northshire. Actually, even Divine Spirit. And if only I could get 1 more attack onto that Tyrion, that would be easy. I want to be big game hunting just in case something else nasty comes up.
Time to pay.
Do I go face? I'm going to go control. And the big game hunter would give me the opportunity to start trading away Tyrion for little to nothing, but I just don't know if another big card's going to hit the table, so I'm going to take the risk and keep it in hand for the time being. Oh, alas, the anti-kill bot, Ting-Tang Tech goes on top, puts a 4-4 with a little spare part in hand, down goes a reinforce. So the extra bodies on the table would have been very useful indeed, because now Tyrion is alive and well again. Righty, Velen's chosen into a super mega wombo combo. There's some fun we can have here, most certainly. But I think it's going to have to be... Heal first. Oh, Shadow of Death, I love it. Death away that card, lovely. Lovely, lovely. Oh, and if I only got my inner fire, we could be having so much fun. So, first things first, let's do a heal. Should I powered shield? Well, the powered shield also draws me a card and lets me make a trade, so I'm going to go for that. Here comes the silence, okay. Pop that off the table, down comes an inner fire. Oh, look. There's our combo that we're looking for. Double a minion's health, make a minion's attack. Lucky draw a card. Lovely. There's a Holy Nova that can slow everything down. And look, we're in the perfect position. Love this. It's a great little demo in this just one game.
Reporting for duty.
Oh, that can be so much fun. Down goes a Rusty Horn. Also taunt there. Then we're seeing some play coming in. Oh, a reversing switch. Makes a 6-3-3-6. But that is not the card my opponent should be worrying about. I have more nastiness in still. So silence will let us punch through that spider tank. However, what I do just need to remember is my opponent. Can I quite get this combo off? Should we do it anyway? Let's do it anyway. Oh, Holy Smite for 3. Remember, of course, we've got the additional spell damage as well. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at the huge health we're going to get on that thing. I'm quite excited. I'll ping that off the table for the time being. Oh, but look, we've almost milled off it entirely. We have the Wombo of the combo incoming. Oh, there's the Faux Reaper. Right, so I'm going to Divine Spirits. Oh, I'm milling myself to death. Yeah! Oh, can he do 8 damage to the next go? That would be embarrassing, wouldn't it? There we go. Don't mill yourself. Wise advice in the chat there.
Reporting for duty.
There we go.
Victory.
And that, gentlemen, ladies, boys and girls, is a nice little look with Miracle Priest play, Mirage Priest play, Reynad style. So that was most awesome. So that is the list. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. If we're silent streaming on after, I will let you know. But where can you find us? Definitely not there. Come take a look at twitch.tv/FailCraftcast if you're on YouTube. Monday through Friday, schedule below at FailCraftcast on Twitter 4 times every day. YouTube as well, you can see that on the left. Loads of vids there, go check it out. And that is us. Thank you for